This is how the drama triangle looks. So, the drama triangle was originally developed in 1968 by Stephen Kapman, a transactional analysis trainer, as a way of graphically displaying the dance of dysfunctional relationships with self and others. So, the drama triangle can be a simple yet powerful way to understand tough relationship situations where we feel stuck with no way out, no good options, or where it seems we are trapped replaying the same patterns, a kind of broken record. The roles of the drama triangle are victim, persecutor, and rescuer. Each person has a primary or most familiar role, what I call their starting gate position. This is the place from which we generally enter or get hooked onto the triangle. We first learn our starting gate position in our family of origin. For example, if your parents were always fighting, you might have assumed a rescuer role by now. Or if one parent was a persecutor and you were the oldest child, you might have become a rescuer to protect the others in the family. Although we each have a role with which we most identify with, once we are on the triangle, we automatically rotate through all the positions, going completely around the triangle, sometimes in a matter of minutes or even seconds, many times every day. Kapman shows the relationship between these three roles by putting them on an upside down triangle. The persecutor, the rescuer, in the position of superiority that they take with respect to the victim. Now, who is a persecutor? Persecutors identify themselves primarily as victims. They are usually in denial about their blaming tactics. So, when it is pointed out to them, they argue that attack is warranted and necessary for self protection. They will likely then start to feel like victims. I'd like to highlight that persecutors are generally aggressive, angry, judgmental. And what do they neglect? They neglect others' values and integrity. And I'm okay if you are not okay. Okay, so these are the persecutors. Who are the victims? Victims don't take responsibility for themselves. They will often feel trapped, overwhelmed by their feelings. They may feel that life happens to them and they are powerless to change anything. Victims believe they cannot take care of themselves. They see themselves as consistently unable to handle life. Poor me. Life is so unfair. They say things to their potential rescuer like, "You're the only one who can help me." And these are words that any rescuer longs to hear. Most human beings react to life as victims. And what are the characteristics of a victim? If you see from the slide, they are usually mistreated, helpless, complain of unmet needs, and they neglect their own selves and always think, "I'm not okay. Everyone else is. I'm not okay. Everyone else is." Okay. Now, coming to the rescuers. Rescuers see themselves as helpers and caretakers. They need someone to rescue in order to feel vital and important. It's difficult for rescuers to recognize themselves as ever being in a victim position. They are the ones with the answers after all. In their eagerness to relieve the pain they feel or that they imagine others are feeling, they rush to find solutions, thereby suggesting that others cannot solve their own problems. They also overextend themselves and neglect their own self care. The drama in the triangle comes from the switching of these roles. As the drama triangle is played out, people change roles. Also, I would like to highlight the characteristics of a rescuer. They are over helpful, self sacrificing, needs to be needed, and what do they think? Neglects others' ability to think for themselves. You are okay if I help you. So they have this feeling that you will be okay only if I can help you. So sooner or later, Victims can get fed up. The drama in the triangle comes from switching off the roles. So we all keep rotating around these three positions of persecutor, rescuer, and victim. So the drama in the triangle comes from the switching of roles. As the drama triangle is played out, people change roles. Sooner or later, victims can get fed up with being treated like children and bombarded with advice they never asked for. They may turn on their rescuers and become persecutors. Now, rescuers can become angered by the lack of response to their self sacrifice because they are the ones who've always been sacrificing. So they feel unseen and unheard and start to feel like victims. Because rescuers are of this opinion that I've been helping this person for such a long time and I've been doing so much for this person. And now this person turns around and says that I don't want to follow your advice, or maybe I'll do something else. Here the rescuer starts feeling like a victim. I've done so much for this person, but this person is not responding, okay, or is not listening to my advice. I've already told him that this is right and this is wrong, but he's not listening to me. So they suddenly take this role of a victim. So from angry victim, they may turn to become even persecutors. A persecutor becomes a victim when their controlling behavior leads to a pushback from others. Guilt, loss of control, or need for sympathy, causing them to feel powerless, wronged, or misunderstood. This shift happens when they perceive themselves as the ones suffering in the situation. For example, a boss harshly criticizes their team but feels victimized when the team starts avoiding them or openly resists their leadership. So, suddenly, a persecutor or a boss who was very dominating, who was always aggressive, angry, judgmental, suddenly, when the team stops cooperating with him, they suddenly start behaving like victims. Oh, see, my team is not cooperating with me. They're not listening to me. So now they have switched their role from being a persecutor to a victim. So these two, the rescuer and the persecutor, are the two opposite extremes of victim. But again, regardless of where we start on the triangle, all roles eventually end up in the victim. It's bound to happen. So, any questions so far about the drama triangle? Anyone wants to ask anything regarding the drama triangle, or is it all clear?
So while the triangle shows kind of a three-way communication, really there may be only two people. So one of the roles may be silent, is what you're saying? That
Yeah.
if it is a
It is,
conversation
yeah,
between two people
yeah.
and one is playing a victim, the other is a rescuer model, then you're saying that after the victim gets frustrated, he begins to get to becoming the persecutor, and that's what mellows down the rescuer, and he probably takes the victim role. So that's the okay choral kind of rotation that begins.
Okay, so you brought in the rescuer in between, Jeevan. So we are saying, supposing there is no rescuer and there is only one victim and one persecutor. Okay, so that's what you started with. So if there's a persecutor and a victim, and the victim is continues to think that there's no, they may not be a rescuer necessarily, but sometimes our family, our mothers, if supposing we're not getting along with our partners, we go and share with our mothers, and mothers are our rescuers. Or we're going and sharing our office situation with somebody else, some other colleague can be a rescuer who's giving us advice, and sometimes we may not have anyone to talk to, so we don't have a rescuer in this situation. But what happens is that we keep switching roles. Now the victim might just turn around one day and stop cooperating, okay, and may retaliate. At that situation, the persecutor becomes the victim, saying, see, look, my team is not cooperating with me. See, my wife doesn't do this for me. He suddenly starts behaving like a victim, though he's been a persecutor for such a long time. So, any other questions? Okay, so should we move ahead? All right, I'll just stop sharing my screen. Now we'll do an exercise to understand the drama triangle better. It is a demo of the drama triangle using family dynamics. Volunteers, which are Jeevan, Kavita, and Sanpreet, play the roles on the drama triangle. Hope you have the copy of the scripts, everyone, all three of you.
Yes.
Jeevan, Kavita, and Sanpreet play the roles on the drama triangle. Family gets caught up in the drama. They have not taken this course on compassionate listening and are not managing their triggers. So remember, volunteers, you are not skillful for this scenario, but into blaming and judging and feeling victimized. And you are not compassionate listeners during this role play. Audience will watch the scene carefully and identify which role, that is, victim, persecutor, rescuer, each volunteer is playing at any moment. After each line or comment a person speaks, we will pause and you will raise your hand to signal your choice. You'll notice how quickly the characters shift between roles. So now I'll just read the scene setting for all of you. We'll start. A family living room and kitchen. Jeevan, who is parent A, is sitting on the couch with a cup of tea, ready to relax and watch Netflix after a long day. Kavita, parent B, is in the kitchen baking cookies. And Sanpreet, the child, runs into the room upset, triggering a chain of events that leads the family into the drama triangle. Sanpreet runs into the room, visibly upset, and accidentally knocks over Jeevan's tea, spilling it all on the remote. So over to you, Sanpreet. Sanpreet,
Billy is so mean. He's teasing me.
so let's pause to know from the audience
I hope
what
I'm
role.
audible.
Yes, yes, you're audible. Yes, you're audible, Sanpreet. Okay. So what role is Sanpreet playing here?
Victim.
Okay, great. So she is a victim. All right. Now, the next dialogue.
No, you just spilled my tea all over the remote. You kids, I told you to stay in your room and do your homework. Now look what you have done. You broke the remote and you've ruined my whole afternoon.
So, what is parent A or Jeevan? Yes, Nipa.
Persecutor.
Yes, absolutely. So, at this time, in this dialogue, Jeevan is a persecutor. Okay. Next dialogue.
Sanpreet,
But but Billy was teasing me.
Yeah. So, what was Sanpreet in this? Guys, raise your hands.
Again, the victim.
Yes, victim. Absolutely. Okay. Next dialogue.
So, chill out, dear. Don't you think you're being too harsh?
Yes. So, Kavita is which role? Which role is she playing? Yes, Mohan. Okay. Anyone else would like rescuer? Rescue.
Rescuer.
Absolutely. Very good. Next dialogue.
Ash, chill out. That's exactly what I was trying to do. Where is your sympathy? I worked so hard all this week, finally had a chance to relax, and now that's ruined. You are really out of line judging me.
Yeah. Yes, Nipa.
Victim.
Okay. Very nice. So he's suddenly become the victim. He was a persecutor until now. Yes. Okay. Next.
I'm not judging. I think you are being. I just think that you are being too harsh.
What is Kavita?
Persecutor.
Persecutor. Beautiful. Thank you, Seema. Okay. Next.
It's okay. Please don't fight. I'll pay to fix it. I promise.
Right. So who is she? Yes, Nipa.
Rescuer.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Okay. Next dialogue.
Stay out of this and go back to your room.
What is Jeevan in this scenario?
Persecutor.
Persecutor. So he's again switched back to the persecutor role. Next.
It's not fair. I didn't do anything.
So what is, yes, Nipa.
Victim.
Right. So she's turned from the role of, rescuer to victim. Suddenly she's become the. So this is how the drama triangle plays in our life. Okay. So does anyone relate to this? Are we stuck in the drama triangle somewhere? Can you relate to this? Anyone would like to add anything? Pooja ji?
Daily,
Huh?
daily,
Daily.
daily.
Daily. Right. Okay.
Yes, on a daily basis. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Anyone else would like to add anything?
Everyone, every day.
Okay. Okay, great. So we are all stuck in the drama triangle. So now we learn how to move to the circle of empowerment. Okay, so while the drama triangle illustrates the problem quite clearly, it's not always easy to find your way out when you are in the middle of a drama. Shifting these difficult dynamics requires both self-awareness and compassion. When we find ourselves playing a role in the triangle, engaging compassionate listening practices can help extricate us from this destructive drama. So, how can we become aware of what's happening and transform our actions into the circle of empowerment? The circle of empowerment, the key to transformation and moving from the drama to empowerment, is to begin to see everyone, including yourself, as whole and complete and fully capable with the ability to act independently from choice. This enables the victim to become the creator of their life. The rescuer becomes a coach, and the persecutor a challenger or champion. So, how do we step out of the drama triangle into the circle of empowerment and take on more empowering and constructive roles? The persecutor can transform into a challenger or a champion role by recognizing that your desire to express yourself clearly is a strength. Share your feelings and needs in a calm and respectful way without blame. Encourage accountability and growth in yourself and others. Example, I feel frustrated because I need more support. Let's discuss how we can work this together. The rescuer can transform into the coach by appreciating your caring nature. It's a strength. Instead of fixing the problem, support others by asking deepening questions. Develop reflective listening skills to help others uncover their own solutions. Example, it sounds like you are feeling stuck. What do you think might be help? What do you think might help to take you to take you to the next step? The victim can transform into the creator by acknowledging your feelings of vulnerability. It's okay to feel overwhelmed. Shift your mindset from I can't to what I can do. Tap into your curiosity and problem solving skills to create solutions. Example, I feel stuck right now, but maybe I can start by brainstorming solutions or asking for advice. So, if you see, by becoming a creator, coach, or challenger, you move away from reactive roles and step into a place of empowerment, fostering healthier relationships and outcomes. So, if you look at the slide, it says a champion or a challenger who was earlier a victim starts noticing his or her wants, learns to speak from the heart, and starts to do mutual problem solving. A creator starts thinking I have choice. I seek options and I have the ability. And when the rescuer changes to the coach, I see you are capable. I trust you'll figure it out. Here's a deepening question for you. Okay. So, I've just made this slide to summarize how to step out of the drama triangle into the circle of empowerment. Pause and listen to yourself. Tune into your body, feelings, and thoughts. Ask, is something not feeling right? Am I triggered? Stop, center, and reflect. What emotions or thoughts are arising? Am I judging myself or the other person? Identify your role. Take a step back and observe. Am I playing a role in the drama triangle? Like a victim, rescuer, or persecutor? Adopt the perspective of a fair witness to gain clarity. And apply core compassionate listening practices. Speak from the heart to connect and deepen understanding. Ask meaningful questions to explore feelings and needs. Refrain from blaming and focus on growth. See everyone as whole and complete beyond any unskillful actions. Use healing, reflective language, not hurtful words. Trust in each person's ability to solve their own challenges. Practice reflective listening. And of course, suspend judgment. And now we'll do the same family dynamics exercise to understand the circle of empowerment. Volunteers, which are Pooja, Ivana, and Shinu, play the roles on the circle of empowerment. Hope you have a copy of the script. Ivana, Pooja, and Shinu? Okay, great. So, audience will watch the scene carefully and identify which role each volunteer is playing at any moment. So, after each line or comment a volunteer speaks, we will pause and will identify if the speaker is a coach, champion, or a creator. Any questions about the circle of empowerment so far? Okay, so remember that this practice is about exploring new perspectives and possibilities, and embodying these roles can help transform relationships and situations in meaningful ways. So I'll just I'll just stop sharing my screen and over to Ivana and Shinu and Pooja ji. So it's the same scenario. Shinu is relaxing with a cup of tea, ready to watch Netflix after tutoring the kids on their maths homework. Parent B, which is Ivana, is in the kitchen, baking their favorite chocolate chip cookies. One child, Pooja, runs in upset after being teased by their sibling Billy and accidentally spills tea on the remote. So over to Pooja.
Billy was teasing me, and I couldn't stay in the room. I'm sorry.
Beautiful. Okay, so what is the role of Pooja here? What is Pooja trying to do? Is she a creator, or is she a coach, or is she a challenger?
Creator.
Yes, absolutely. She's a creator because Pooja is taking responsibility by expressing feelings honestly. Thank you, Kavita. Next dialogue.
Shinu's
It's
dialogue.
upsetting
Yeah.
that the remote got damaged. Let's figure this out. What happened?
Sorry, Shinu, could you repeat your dialogue?
Yeah. It's upsetting that the remote got damaged. Let's figure it out. What happened?
Right. So, what is parent A or Shinu what role is she playing here?
Champion.
Yes, Nipa.
Is it the role of a coach?
Absolutely. So, yes, Shinu pauses, manages her emotions, and asks a clarifying question to guide the discussion. Absolutely. Because she asked everyone, so let's figure out what happened and what can we do to fix this. So, she's acting as a coach. Next dialogue.
Billy kept calling me names. I just got so mad. I didn't know. Sorry, I didn't mean to mess up.
Right. So, what role is Pooja playing here? Any guesses?
Champion, challenger.
Okay, she's trying to be a creator here. She owns the mistake and explains what led to it. She said it that, I didn't mean to mess this up. So she's playing a role of a creator. Next dialogue.
Okay, let's pause for a moment. Pooja, it sounds like you're feeling hurt by what Billy said. And Shinu, I know it's frustrating to have your relaxation time interrupted.
Right. Beautiful. So what is Ivana playing here?
Coach.
Or
Champion.
yes, she's playing a champion because she validates everyone's feelings and fosters emotional safety. Okay, next dialogue.
Thanks for sharing that. Pooja, it's okay to feel upset. How can we handle this with Billy so it doesn't happen again?
Yeah. So what role is Sheenu playing here?
Creator?
There was a deepening question. So she said,
Coach.
Sorry.
coach. Absolutely. Very nice,
Coach.
Kavita. Yes, coach. Next dialogue.
Maybe we can talk to him together. I think he'll stop if he understands how I feel.
What role is Pooja playing here?
Champion.
Okay. Kavita? She's playing a role of a creator because she proposes a proactive step to resolve the situation. Right? Okay. Next dialogue.
That sounds like a great idea. Pooja is showing they want to make things better. Let's support them in finding a way to talk to Billy.
Right. So what role is Ivana playing here?
Champion.
Beautiful. Yes, she's playing a role of a champion. She reinforces Pooja's efforts and builds confidence in the approach. Okay. Last dialogue.
You are right. Pooja, I am proud of you for wanting to solve this. Let's all talk to Billy and make a plan to prevent this next time.
Yes. So what role is Sheenu playing here?
Coach.
Beautiful. Yes, she's playing a role of a coach because she's affirming the plan and she supports Pooja from the as a with the help of growth. So basically, she has a growth mindset. Okay, very nice. So I'll just share my screen. Okay. So what do you think this image is trying to convey or represent?
Perspective?